Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Continuing our top 15 series, we've got something special lined up for you today. I know so many of you have been asking for a customer reviews analysis for this one. Well, we're finally doing it. But before we get into that, don't forget to check this exclusive discount for it. You can find the link in both the video description and the top comment below. Now let's not waste any more time and jump right into the details. Let's begin by examining the insights provided by our first reviewer.
This reviewer, already familiar with the brand's offerings, wants to make it clear that this gaming mouse is the real deal. In their experience, it performs just as well as the ultra-expensive, high-end devices that have become popular recently. Our reviewer had previously used a smaller model from the same company which, while excellent, never felt quite right in their hand, lacking a secure feeling during intense gaming moments. With this new peripheral, it all clicked into place. The key was the added shape and support towards the back of the device, a change that completely transformed the experience and made it feel incredibly solid and controllable. They found the unique ergonomics to be a genuine pleasure to use. Unlike anything else on the market, the performance is equally impressive. When paired with the optional high polling rate dongle, the wireless connection was found to be rock solid, even at a distance and with other wireless devices creating interference. This client's testing showed no jitter and consistent latency, delivering flawless tracking. The main clicks are satisfyingly firm, which our reviewer prefers, and the side buttons are perfectly placed with a confident tactile response. However, there was one subjective downside. For this user, the scroll wheel's action was far too light. They prefer a more defined, stiff step, especially for things like switching weapons in fast-paced games, and constantly found themselves accidentally scrolling past their intended selection. This single issue, a matter of personal preference, was enough to keep it from becoming their primary gaming peripheral. Despite this, it has become their go-to device for all non-gaming tasks like work and browsing, simply because it feels so great to hold. Overall, this client highly recommends the product, suggesting that if you get a chance to feel the shape for yourself, you'll probably end up wanting to take one home.
Now, let's hear directly from our first reviewer about their experience.
This reviewer starts by saying this is a great gaming mouse, but with a very important catch. It's really only for those who use a fingertip or claw grip. Our reviewer came from a previous, larger model from the same company. Although their hands are on the smaller side, they found themselves struggling to comfortably reach the side buttons on the bigger version, and hoped this smaller, differently shaped model would be the solution. Initially it felt great, but it turns out that years of using a larger mouse had made a palm grip the default for this client. This particular gaming mouse is simply not designed for that style of use. After a few months, our reviewer began experiencing some serious wrist and finger pain, which was confusing because their PC usage hadn't changed. To test the theory, they switched back to their old, larger mouse and noticed the pain started to subside after about a week, confirming that the new mouse was the source of the strain. The issue seems to stem from the mouse's shape. The main hump is located very far back, and it lacks the support for the thumb and index finger that the company's other ergonomic models provide. For a palm gripper, this design ultimately forces the hand and fingers into an unnatural position, leading to discomfort. Despite this personal negative experience, the reviewer holds the brand in very high regard, calling their products excellent quality. They praise the general lineup for being incredibly lightweight, having a battery that lasts forever, and feeling solid with no creaks or bending. If this model's shape is right for your grip style, you can't go wrong. However, if you prefer a palm grip, our reviewer strongly suggests looking at the brand's larger, more ergonomic options instead.
Awesome! Let's hear what our next reviewer has to share about their experience.
This reviewer wanted to share their experience with this wireless gaming mouse, and it's been a bit of a roller coaster. Initially, they were ready to write it off completely. The first unit they received was riddled with issues right out of the box, double-clicking, phantom clicks, and the sensor cutting out randomly. It was a mess. However, something about the feel of it kept our reviewer intrigued. They loved how smooth it felt in hand, and the shape, especially the mini version, seemed perfect. Having dealt with similar double-clicking issues on another Logitech product, this client decided to take a chance and order a second one. And they're glad they did. This time everything worked flawlessly. For the price, they think it's really hard to beat. The gliding is smooth even with the default skates, and while the buttons feel a little different towards the top, it doesn't negatively impact gameplay. There's software available for the mouse, but with a dedicated DPI button, it's not entirely necessary unless you want to dive into more granular customizations. This client appreciates the software, finding it less bloated and more user-friendly than other gaming software they've used. Motion sync seems to be enabled and working well. Overall, they really like this mouse. It has a small hump that feels great for claw or claw fingertip grips. The roundness and height of the hump work better for them than some other popular options. The coating might show some sweat and potential wear over time, but it's too early to tell. The reviewer docked 1 star due to the initial bad experience with the first broken mouse. They can't comment on the long-term battery life yet, but both units arrived with around 50-60% charge and seem to be holding up well during extended gaming sessions.
And that's it. If this video helped, hit like and subscribe for more. Let me know what you think down below. Thanks for watching.